If 2027 ends up being neither free nor fair, which you say that that's the only way that the ruling party is going to win, that's your fear. What is Nigeria going to look like the morning after?
Nobody, I want to tell you, can afford to rig the elections in 2027. Nobody. Let them try it. We will all go down with it.
Well, I seem to remember you saying the same thing at every election cycle. You always said the same thing, and then you had to accept whatever the outcome was.
You want to force me to say to talk about what I can do. That's what you are aiming
at.
at.
I'm not trying to force you.
I say they can't rig the election. Anybody that rigs this election will rig out his life.
Okay.
I want to assure you that one. Nigeria is no more the Nigeria of yesterday. We are sophisticated. We've got restive young men and women who are very, I don't know, with the system, and they cannot allow people like you to cheat them.
Why me? I'm not a politician.
You mean the Nigerian farmers? You mean the Nigerian farmers will allow Tinubu's government to come back?
Well,
to destroy agriculture?
Right. Okay.
Huh?
Well, we're going to.
Or the young men who have no jobs and they see their colleagues riding. Go and ask Shoyinka when he saw President's son. So what would my son say?
Right.
He has no access to even civil defense. And somebody's son is going with military cantonment.
On that note, it bleeds my heart.
My argument would be that Lagos has been run, certainly in the last generation, which is about 30 years since this democratic era started. Lagos has been run not with a primary shareholder mindset, in the sense that what has been paramount, in my view, in the minds of those who have controlled the government, has not been the welfare and the security of the average person, the common man. And this idea of doing the greatest good for the greatest number, I think, is not something that has been a philosophy that has been followed. I think there have been attempts to do things in Lagos that sometimes appear significant, sometimes the noise around it is more than the significance, but there have been attempts to do things. But when you ask yourself, at the end of the day, when you think about the massive resources that have been deployed over the years, and then you contrast it in Lagos, by the way, and Lagos has the most resources by far of any state in this federation. And then you contrast it with the quality of life of the people, which is the primary purpose of governance. It tells you that the resources, the commonwealth, the resources of the state have not been well governed, deployed, whether by reason of capacity or by reason of intention. They've not been deployed for the benefit of the people. We don't see those benefits. Because at the end of the day, if you cannot point to those benefits in a city like Lagos, in education that people receive, in healthcare that people have access to, in their transportation options, in their housing options, in their access to water, in their access to power, in the way in which government engages with them, in the probity and accountability in government, then really the primary purpose of governance has not been achieved.